started doing immigration work, when I first started the practice, before then, I couldn't really hold down a job. I keep getting fired. In those days, you don't have enough Asians, women, and with an accent. So I looked into immigration, and in Cleveland, Ohio, we really didn't have any immigration lawyers. So I was the first one, and we've been here ever since. Now I have offices in New York, Atlanta, Chicago, Nashville, and of course our headquarters in Cleveland. We have quite a few lawyers. We have about 50, 60 people working with us, and immigration is all we do. We do not do any family work, any bankruptcy, any corporate. We do some criminal aliens work, but it's all related to immigration. I've been lucky so far, so we're doing all right. There are three types of immigration work, really. One is employment-based, one is family-based, and one is removal-based. So let me start with employment-based. Employment-based is when, like me, I came to America with a student visa F1, and then after I graduated from high school, I got an 18-month OPT at that time. Nowadays, it's 12 months. In my days, in the 60s and 70s, it's 18 months. And then afterwards, you get an H1, and then afterwards, you get a labor cert perm, and you get a green card. That's what we call employment-based. And in employment-based, after 1997, 1990, IMAC 90 came in. Now you can self-petition for extraordinary scientists and athletes. There's really a lot of ways now to get green cards versus in the 60s and 70s. And remember, President Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act in 64. The Quota Color Act came in 65, which means that people like me really started coming to America in late 60s. I lucked out because I came in 69. That's right at the height of the Vietnam era. The whole world is opening up, but in those days we have no Google, we have no phones. The phone is still the circular phone. So things have really changed, and I lucked out because that's the height of immigration after the 60s and 70s. That's a big economic boom, and immigrants started coming. And I also saw the stock market went down. It was really funny. The first time I was mentioned in a national newspaper is in Glamour magazine. That was when I was like in my 30s. It was I think the issue is in the 80s. And I was one of the young women to watch or something. And since then, I got quite a few. I got YWCA Woman of the Year Award. I'm listed as in Ohio Super Lawyer, Ohio Leading Lawyer, Best Lawyers in America. I'm a life member of 6th Circuit, 8th Judicial District. It's really a lot of fun. I was the former president of the Federal Bar Association in Northeastern Ohio. That's really was a great experience because you get to know a lot of these federal immigration judges. And in 2009, I wrote my book, The Immigrant's Way. The book is in 3 parts. The first part is about my own story, my own experience. All of us have a story to tell. Be it some of us were abused, some of us went through a lot of sufferings to come to America. And I think that's what mainstream don't understand, because they thought, oh, these people just came, they took our jobs, they don't pay tax, they get on Medicaid, Medicare, welfare, which really is not true. I'm not saying there's no fraud, but on the other hand, though, people like us, we contribute. We buy houses, we pay income tax, we pay sales tax, we send our money home, so we give Western Union a lot of business. We open bank accounts, because people like us save. We don't like to go in bankruptcy. We really save until we get enough cash. We don't buy a car until we know we can afford our mortgage. Most of us don't go out and buy a home. And another thing is a lot of people, because we don't have a real social security number, but we file tax, so all the money that we pay into workman's comp, social security, was never really claimed. And those money were sitting in the treasury. So if you want to ask me my opinion, I have so much to tell about the immigration world, especially I've been doing it for more than 40 years. I teach in Case Western University Law School as an adjunct professor. My partner, Scott Breton, teaches in CSU Law School, Cleveland State University Law School, as an adjunct professor. So we always compete. We always say, oh, my students are better or your students are better. And I also sit on my alma mater, Buffalo Law School, on the National Advisory Board. And I also sit on the same in Cleveland State. And I love both of our deans. I'm very disappointed because the president of Kenya was not as expected, because we do a lot of cases with Kenyan nationals. We did the green card for the auntie of President Obama. We're working now with the uncle. It's really a lot of fun. Because Kenyans, they run very good. A lot of them are great runners, great athletes, and they're very, very educated. On the other hand, because they're so a lot of people, I'm generalizing, but they're so humble that a lot of us think, oh, they're just another country, but it's really a neat culture. We have a lot of different people working with us. Most of us speak a second language, where people speak Latino languages. We have people who came from Peru. We have people who speak Indian, Polish, Chinese, of course, quite a lot of languages. 我的名字是黄维，黄维律师。我是从香港69年来美国的。我开始来的时候是用学生身份，后来就做了律师，就开始营业了。那个是76年的事情。现在今年已经是13年，所以做律师也做了很久。我是讲广东话，我会讲广东话跟国语。所以很好，就是那个时候来美国的时候因为台湾同学很多，台湾同学也60年来的台大的同学，所以我那个时候是念 under， 他们那个时候是念 master， 所以我的国语有点大陆就是台湾口音。80年代79以后，大陆的朋友就开始出来了，所以变得我的国语现在越来越讲得好。其实我是讲广东话的，我是香港来的嘛，当然是讲广东话。所以有什么问题你可以找我。我们 office， 我们的公司只做移民，我们在纽约、在 Cleveland、在 Atlanta、芝加哥都有办公室，在 Nashville、Tennessee 也有办公室。那我们做得很高兴，因为做了这么多年有点经验。到那个时候年纪轻的时候，就是好像有点懵查查，现在年纪大了，就好像做得很高兴。那我也写了一本书叫《移民之路》，那这本是英文的，中文本出来了，是去年底出来的，在世界书局可以买，不然你打电话过来，我们 office 也可以寄给你，那个没问题的。谢谢，有什么事情可以帮忙，我一定帮。谢谢。In Chinese we say 谢谢大家，谢谢大家。In Cantonese we say 多謝大家，有啲咩事情可以幫忙，大家彼此幫忙。In English we say thank you so much for listening to us.